Okay, welcome back. I'm back with Amy Anichini for episode 2. We're going to pick up where we left off. This is great. So, how can we get our kids to talk with us about the big stuff? Like, is there some kind of groundwork we need to lay? Is there anything? Like, I know with my oldest, with both my kids, I remember from the time they were toddlers, like the time they could talk, I'd be like, there are no secrets from mommy. There are no secrets. And then my mom would be like visiting in town and she'd be babysitting them or whatever. And I'd come home and my oldest was like, 4, would be like, Grammy gave us candy and told us not to tell you. And my mom would be like, wait, that was our secret. And she would go, there are no secrets from mommy. And I was like, that's right. My mom would get so mad. But, when they were 4, but now at, 14, it's like, girl, talk to me. No, I've got it. I'm going to talk to a friend. Right. So it's good that they have friends to talk to, but how do you get your kids to talk with you about the big stuff
Right.
beyond preschool?
Yes, exactly. So, and I love this term "big stuff" too. And I'm gonna sort of echo that back to you in my sort of overall answer. I would suggest that if you want your child to come to you with the big stuff, you need to be present, ready to listen, and attentive when they come to you with the small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the small stuff is not small to them, right? So I'm going to give you an example of a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, who is also the mom of 2 girls, same age as my girls. She used to complain to me when her girls were, older elementary and even into middle school, that one of her daughters would always want to give her the blow by blow about whatever TV show she was watching. And my friend was like, oh my God, why does she want to talk to me about television? That stuff's not real, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
So maybe, maybe, and and my friend and I, we talked about this too. So it's not like I was just judging her behind her back or something, but, maybe there was something that her daughter, maybe there's something that our kids see in a show that they're watching or a book that they read or a movie that they saw that echoes or something that's happening in their life or that's, familiar to them. And it's a segue into maybe testing the waters about something bigger that they might want to talk to us about. And if we can be present for those smaller things, that lays the groundwork for them to trust us and know that we are going to listen. Because if we're listening to that little stuff, of course we're going to listen to the big stuff.
Yeah.
I read a book, and for any parent of a daughter, I would recommend this. It's Queen Bees and Wannabes by the amazing Rosalind Wiseman. And I read this as my older daughter was sort of nearing the end of elementary school and heading into middle school. And Queen Bees and Wannabes, in case I misspoke the title. There's one line in that book that resonated with me, and I have never forgotten it. And it is this: if your teenage daughter comes to you and says she needs to talk to you, drop everything and talk to them. Now, they're the realities of life, right? I'm getting ready to get on a podcast recording, but I'll circle back around with you. How's 5 p.m. for you? Let's circle back around with each other. I want to hear this. I've just got a meeting right now, getting on a call, whatever. But, and it goes for whether we have, a daughter or a son or a child, of, any gender or no gender. Being there, being ready, being prepared to listen, and being that sort of safe space for them. I think that lays the groundwork. And we're all busy, right? Many of us are, two job, families, and everybody's busy and hyper scheduled, but you can always find time, and you can even schedule time with each other, like I said. So, and just normalize talking, having those, tough conversations.
No, I love that. I love you have to be there for the small stuff, to be there for the big stuff, and show them that trust.
Demonstrate. Right.
Yeah. build that foundation
I'm
with
going to
them.
listen, even if what I think you're telling me about is boring.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Perfect. I've heard
There
it
we go.
17,000 times already.
Right.
I watched the TikTok video. I'm always like, "You showed me that one." Yeah, you showed it to me. I'll watch it again, but you showed it to me.
So, but
I
and
saw that.
and I agree, and it does get frustrating, but it's our job as parents, right, to figure out, why did our child want to tell us this? There's got to be
Yeah,
something else, right? I mean, and sometimes it's just, I just want to connect with you, mom. I just want to like
yeah,
be where you are. I want to have a conversation, and it might just be about something silly, but I just kind of need you right now, and I just want to be, with you. So it's our job to kind of figure out, what are they trying to tell us, and read between the lines and those kind of things. Maybe there's something about this TikTok video that was inspiring. Maybe she wants to be that kind of dancer. Maybe she wants to write that kind of music. I don't know. But we're never going
maybe
to
the
know.
movie was just cute and funny. Yeah, yeah, it's like
Exactly. Maybe it's just, I just want to show you something that just made me laugh.
yeah,
Important. Yeah. It's not
awesome.
smarter than.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, good. I'll try to splice that in, and then we'll go to the student-run programs.
Programs, thank you. And you were starting to segue there, and I just knew that we were going too long because we started to talk about theater
Yeah,
piece, and I was like, oh yeah, we got to talk about the programs, and then I was like, it's way too damn long.
yeah.
I knew we both
Okay.
needed a break.
I like listened into two. So, all
Okay,
right. And I'm gonna figure out this editing. This is good because once I do this, I'll know how to do it. So, all right,
good.
ready?
Mhm.
Okay, so you offer student-run programs that teach tools and strategies for how to deal with the bullying behavior or how to manage encounters with
Mhm.
bullying behavior.
Mhm.
So how can a student attend one of your programs? And can adults like parents and teachers and principals and school counselors attend too?
Yeah, so yes, yes, and yes. So we offer, just kind of as an overview, we offer four different age appropriate programs. The first one is called Battle Away Bullying. That's for primary, so roughly K to third. That is the content that was sort of adapted from the book that Chase and I wrote that you mentioned earlier. Then we have a program for older elementary. We have a program for middle school, and we have a program for high school. Programming is a really exciting topic for us right now, because we have a new service that I'm so excited to be able to tell everybody about. We are going to start hosting. Let me back up first and say, in the past, the only way that a student could attend one of our programs is if their school hired us. So their school would either have to hire us to come in person to their campus, or they could hire us to do a live stream show, just for the benefit of their students. But their school had to hire us. Well, we realized, while that's great and we love that, and that is still a service that we are going to be offering, we started to think about, how can we scale that? How can we reach, as many students as possible with this message, that we want to put out there, and with these tools that we would love to share, and be able to take questions from students, and be able to answer them. So we thought, why don't we take that live stream that we're offering for schools, and why don't we just host it ourselves? So why don't we pick a program to start with, and then pick a date and a time and a location, go run the program, and anybody who wants to attend from home on a weekend can attend. It can be a student who's in that age group. It can be a student who's not in that age group, because a lot of the things that we teach can be used, at any, by any age. Parents, teachers, the school principal, the school counselor, school psychologist, anybody who works with students. So the first one, we do have our first one ready to go. We are going to be hosting a live stream for the older elementary age range. So that's roughly fourth through sixth grade, depending on each, family school district.
Okay.
Roughly ages 8 to 12. And it is going to be on Sunday, February 18th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so 2 p.m. East Coast time. And what I like to say when when I've been marketing this and trying to spread the word about it is that it is live streaming for kids done right. And what I mean by that is we're hosting it on our website. We're hosting it on a private page on our website. The only way that a student can attend is if they register or if their parent registers them. And then we send them the link. It's not searchable. You can't find it just by going out and saying, oh, when's Act Like You Matters, program that they're hosting on February 18th. Nope. You got to go to our website. You got to register. Um, and then students will be able to attend from home. Now, when I say live streaming done right, here's what I mean. We're not going live on YouTube. We are not going live on Facebook. Social media is nowhere to be seen. It is on our website. And when a student is attending the program, it will feel like it is a private program just for them. They will only see us on their device, whether it's their phone, their tablet, laptop, whatever it happens to be. There will also be a way. So our programs are typically two parts. We'll do a performance piece, a solution-driven performance piece where we demonstrate real age-appropriate bullying scenarios, and then at least one person in the scene is demonstrating something that you can do to be part of the solution and help improve the situation. And then the second half is a Q&A between the student audience and us, and we are going to have a private chat on that page, and the questions will come directly to us. No one will know who asked what question, and we're going to have some tech kids on the day of. We're going to have 8 kids doing the performance, and we're going to have 2 kids on tech. And one of them is going to be fielding the questions that come in and trying to pick out some universal ones for us to answer for the group. And if we choose your question to answer, we will not use your name. Will not use your name. So it's anonymous. You can ask us anything. And then my other tech kid is going to be helping me run the camera just to make sure that all of our sound and our, everything is working well.
Kids are good at the tech. They know
They
it.
are. They love it. I had so many kids jumping on this. I was like, wait, do you guys want to perform? No, we want to field the questions. We want to be the ones, receiving that. But here's the other cool piece about this is that let's say a parent discovers this and they think that their child might benefit from the program. They can register their child. Great. And they can say, hey, there's this great program for you to attend. You can do this in your room. It's Sunday, the 18th. I'll remind you, you can join. The parent can also register themselves and they can join and they can watch it. And their teacher can register themselves and they can join and they can watch it. No one will know. Like, if I'm this child, I will not know that my parent is on it. So everybody involved can get these benefits. And for the one that we have coming up, and there is one really important element, don't let me forget, Charlotte, to mention one of the most important things about this very first live stream that's open to the general public. We have had so many teachers register for it, and I'm so excited about that. We've had some families, we've had some college students register for it. I find it fascinating, who's registering for it. And, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they're not, at the elementary school level. And we've had some parents register their students and some older students, register themselves too. But it's just fascinating to see, who's interested in this program and who's going to be attending. Okay, here's the best part, the thing that I didn't want to forget. This first one and this first one only is free.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So we, because of our amazing donors, I know you mentioned that we're a nonprofit. We run a fundraiser every year. We ran a fundraiser at the end of 2022 to be able to run a live stream program. And then during 2023, we got so busy, being boots on the ground at schools, going back to schools for the first time post-COVID, which was so exciting, that we just didn't have the time, to be able to do this. So we've been sitting on these funds that we raised to be able to do this. So we are finally going to invest that money and offer this first program for free. So we want as many people to come as possible, please. We'll have a
Look at that.
link, but I do want to say if you go to our website, actlikeyoumatter.org, and click on the top menu item, what's new? Boom, you're right there. You can register within 3 minutes. You can be registered. Okay,
Awesome.
now the other thing I do want to mention is that program, Baffle Away Bullying, which was adapted from the book that Chase and I wrote. Our first project post COVID, before schools were even ready to host us again, was we filmed it. So it is now a video that is on our website, available for families to rent, for schools to rent, for anybody who happens to work with students to rent. Family pricing for families starts as low as $4.99 to rent this
Oh,
video and get these amazing, life skills and coping skills for their young
I
student.
will say, I have the book. I have a signed copy of the book, and I've seen the show. It is so cute. Like, it's geared for kids. It's
Yeah.
geared for that early elementary. It is geared for children. They will find it engaging. They will like be involved. They're not going to watch it like it's a Netflix documentary and they're not interested in it, right?
Oh
They're
my
gonna
gosh. Yeah.
watch it. It's kids performing,
Yeah.
and so I love that you did that. I'm
Thank
so excited
you. And
to
we were
bring
so
that.
excited because we got to do things in the video that we can't do when we're live at a school, because we also offered this program. When we go live to a campus, we were able to put some cute graphics on the screen. Like if the character said, for example, I was thinking about my happy thoughts, such as, being outside and looking up at the clouds. Well, little clouds pop up on the screen. So we've done these fun things to make it visually engaging and appealing. And we've still kept the interactive nature. Like we've got little countdown timers for times when a student might be sharing with the neighbor, share a compliment with the neighbor, or, whatever it might happen to be. So families can rent it. Schools, pricing for schools starts at $149.99, and pricing for Title I schools is half that, $74.99 for Title I schools. So that is all available on our website, as well. So
I'm sure PTAs can fund that. Yeah.
that's how people
So
can
that's
experience our programs.
yeah. Oh, I love that so much. It's so exciting.
Thank
So
you,
good.
thank you. It's that making lemonade from lemons thing.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
love that you and Chase took this really difficult time and wrote a book. Like, what a way to teach your kid to take something and make it positive and show up for others and help others and then be productive, like make it right something like very productive with it and turn that into something that she could feel good about,
Thank you. Yeah, and then,
yeah.
the funny thing with that was that she wanted to do that, because once she sort of mastered these skills that we worked on building with her dad and I worked on, and her sister was involved too. It was sort of a whole family event. She noticed that these kids that used to pick on her were now picking on other kids, and she was like, "Mom, I want to help. What can I do?" And we
Yeah.
brainstormed, what do you want to do? And we landed on this idea of a book, about, with some cute fictional characters, and the characters teach the skills to other kids. And boom, it just kind of went from there. So I guess that's a good kind of parting message that I would love to sort of share, as parents, when that negative or awful or terrible thing happens, you never know what kind of good or what kind of change or what kind of benefit for your own child and for your local community or beyond might stem from that. So after we sort of resolve things with our family and our child, and get things kind of back on track and empower them to continue to be, who they are in spite of what others say, maybe think about those ways where you might be able to take that. Is there something I can share in some way with other people that might benefit, or even just one person? Like if even if even one person reads that book. That was our standpoint. If even one person picks up this book and reads it and gets some benefit out of it, that's amazing. And and look at the positive thing that came from this situation that when we first found out about it seemed so dire and insurmountable. It's all about, well, fixing it, empowering our kids, learning from it, and then either moving on and just continuing on with our own lives, which is, it's that's a benefit in and of itself, or seeing what you can put out there that might even benefit somebody else. So
I love it. I love it.